Well, the estimates for this year, despite Brexit, are house price inflation at about 8%. So we're not seeing anything in our conversations with any of our clients where that should change for next year. Bottom line factor, as I'm sure Martin knows, is we're not building enough property. I think this year housing starts on about 160,000, 170,000 against a government target of 240,000. So, you know, the appetite and demand for property is still there. In our branch network, applicants on sales and lettings, you know, haven't changed at all. So that supply and demand factor is still very prevalent in the marketplace. So therefore, pricing, I'm afraid to say, will continue to increase, which is not particularly good news for first-time buyers, but for investment, capital growth is potentially a good thing.
Paul, have you got anything to add to
that? Only really to sort of reflect what David's saying. The UK housing market for a long time has always had more demand than it's had supply. So the question was, how unrealistic is it? Well, what is unrealistic? If you take London out of the marketplace, because that's a marketplace on its own, steady rises of 2, 3, 4% are pretty common ground at the moment. I don't think anybody can really say what is unrealistic, because whilst people fit lending criteria, whilst wages go up and people can buy and get more, I don't think there is a ceiling on an unrealistic level for house buying at the moment.
Okay, so predictions. I know it's difficult when you know you're being filmed and someone's going to pick this up in 3 years' time and say, aha. So let's talk about predictions for, say, 2 to 3 years' time. What would you say, percentage of value?
What, house prices going up?
Yeah.
I'm not going to put a percentage on it, obviously, but I'll go back to what I said earlier. If people in the room are looking to invest in the long term, and you should only really be looking to invest in the long term, because short term brings immediate risk, whatever you're investing in. If you're investing for the long term and markets remain where they are, housing will remain a good investment.
I think the only thing to add to that is that there is an issue in the marketplace at the moment about stamp duty, and I believe that housing transactions for this year will be about 1.3 million. Next year it's predicted to go down to about 1.2 million. And again, it's this supply and demand imbalance, and if there's less transactions, less property coming to market for both sales and lettings, inevitably that price is going to continue to rise. As to what percentage that is, you know, if house price inflation this year is 8%, you know, it's not going to exceed that, I wouldn't have thought, but certainly anywhere up towards that.